What is up, everybody? Gary J-Man Gaming here. So I did pick up yet another Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering Commander deck. This one's an Esper Spell-slinger deck with Shtola as the commander. I think it's called Shtola. I would assume that's how you pronounce it. Sorry. Again, I'm not the biggest on Final Fantasy. I'm definitely more of an MTG guy, but these sets, these decks and this set has been really impressive, I'm not gonna lie. So let's go first with the good, then maybe the bad. Packaging is generally okay. Cards are shipped okay. You know, you get your tokens. You don't get any oversized commanders. You don't get any extra dice. You get some cardboard tokens that are totally useless. And you get a deck box, which, just let me show you what a proper commander deck box should look like. So, this right here is a proper 100 card, in sleeve, double sleeved commander deck box. This is what Wizards of the Coast give you, thinking, oh yeah, this comes with a deck box. Well, let's actually test that theory. Would these cards all fit into this with a sidebar when sleeved? Well, let's find out, shall we? Because here's a double sleeve commander deck. I won't even take the sideboard at all. So a double sleeve deck is, well, it's definitely not going to fit. See, it's way short. So honestly, the usage of this is pretty much nothing as far as commander is concerned, because your deck will never fit in that. And I'm assuming most players who are going to drop the prices required to purchase this item are going to double sleeve their deck as well, because, well, we're not idiots. We will protect our cards. So really, what good is this thing other than collectible or artwork? It's like just a useless add-on by Wizards of the Coast, and it just kind of does irritate because they don't even give you a box big enough for a double sleeve deck. The artwork is nice, I'll give it that, but it's useless cardboard essentially, in my opinion. As are these tokens. You don't even get dice, right? You don't even get like a nice D20. In the bundle, you get a D20. In this, you get nothing. So that's sort of a disappointment. But nonetheless, you do get this collector booster sample pack, which we'll check that out first, I guess. Random cards, you never know what you're gonna get. Token first. So Free Flyer Pilot. This is a vehicle warrior equip, and then a non-foil Umaro Raging Yeti. So again, I don't think anything there is too spectacular. I've heard good things about this Esper deck. I do know that it might be a little, like, shall we say, underwhelming just out of the box. It probably does need some upgrades. I've also heard some stuff about maybe the alternate commander is the better play, but we'll look into that and maybe look at some of the mana base of this deck. But overall, I don't really think it's that hard to improve black, green, or white in a spell-slinger type deck. Shouldn't be too tough, so we'll take a look at that. But Shtola is your main commander. Cat, Warlock, Vigilance. At the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, you draw cards. You get card draw for life, causing loss of life. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, mana value 3 or greater, Shtola deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. So life gain, life drain, but I assume this is Graha Tia. She's a lifelink creature, cat, wizard. Throw wide the gates. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay X life, where X is the spell's mana value. If you do create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and put X +1/+1 counters, do this only once each turn. So you either get a token generator plus lifelink spammer, or you can go with just a card draw / damager. And then, of course, you'll have a lot of legendary creatures in this deck, which gives you other commander options, perhaps. Apparently, there's tons of legendary creatures in this deck, which is kind of cool. Granted, I wouldn't play a mono color commander, but we'll just see if we can find... there's one. So there's Ardbert. Whenever you cast a white spell, put +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control. They gain Vigilance. Whenever you cast a black spell, put +1/+1 counter on each legendary you control. They gain Menace. Kind of limited, but again, there's options here, right? There's lots of multicolor creatures. This is a creature-heavy deck. There will be lots of spells that cost 3 or greater, of course, to take advantage of Shtola's ability. Final Judgment. That's a hella good board wipe card, even though it's a 6 cast. That is a pretty strong card. If you're looking for values here, well, I think this deck maintains its value pretty good. Taturu is a $10 card. When she enters, you draw a card. Target opponent may draw a card. Science Secretary. Whenever an opponent draws a card, if it isn't that player's turn, create a tap treasure token. So she's a mana generator. Pretty good. There are some other high-ish value cards in here. There's a few to $7 card. Astrologians, Planisphere, I'll find that one. The base commander Shtola is worth $8.50, give or take, at the time of opening of this. And then there's a few $2, $3, and $5 cards. And of course you get 1 Sunken Ruins in this deck, which is worth something. So we'll look for the high value rares if you are interested in that. The one I'm looking for, Write a Replication. That is a cool enchantment reprint, or sorcery. Sorry. These decks have a lot better mana base than previous commander decks I've seen, where they just give you a bunch of junk tap lands. Like, they're actually giving you decent dual land rares in these decks now, which, quite frankly, at the MSRP price these things go for, they darn well should give you a great mana base. But yeah, that said, they have come a long way in terms of, you know, deck quality and what you actually do get with the deck. So most of these, okay, we're getting into the commons now. I'm just seeing if I got any rare print. Plains, Island, nothing great there. Okay, Swamps. Oh, another legendary at the back. Alice Leveler. Cool. And then some tokens. So there it is. So this card right here is a 748 rare. Would I buy one of these decks? Well, obviously I did. Would I recommend to others to buy these commander decks? If you feel like you can handle paying MSRP, I wouldn't pay above cost for them. I wouldn't pay resellers. They're kind of what's driving up prices on a lot of these things, is speculative people who buy these and then flip them. And, you know, you compare buying this at a local game shop, which I did, to the price on Amazon, there's a ridiculous markup. And that's just Amazon. You know, there's other sites are going to mark it up as well, or private sellers. So buy local if you can. Don't pay markup. But overall, these decks are really good. Whether it plays amazingly out of the box, I cannot confirm or deny. I will sleeve it up and try. But overall, I'm packaging aside, no deck box that's good for the commander deck aside. I think the actual contents of the deck itself are pretty solid start, especially if you're a fan of Esper or spell-slinging. And I think the Final Fantasy product as a whole is knocking it out of the park as far as artwork and card quality is concerned. Price, well, that's all debatable. You know, subject to your willingness to pay for cardboard, right? So don't pay above cost, but if you like these pre-con commanders, they might be a good buy for you. Anyways, thank you for listening. Take care until next time. Stay tuned. This has been Great J-Man Gaming. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.